Alright guys, welcome back. I have two more questions lined up for you guys from the second chapter of Fundamentals of Electric Circuits. And in the first one, we need to obtain V1 through V3 in the circuit of the figure on the right hand side. So we have V1, V2, V3 as unknowns in here, and we're going to apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law, KVL, through the different loops that we have in here. So if we go with the outer loop, which is this one, we can see that we should be able to find V1 in here, and we can either go clockwise or counterclockwise. Let's do clockwise. Starting from this point, we can see that we're going to enter the negative terminal of this voltage source, so negative 24. Moving on further, we're going to get to the positive terminal of V1 plus V1, and we're going to enter the positive pole of, or the positive terminal of the voltage source, and moving back to our starting points, again we are in the positive pole equals 0. That's going to give us the V1. So V1 would be 2 volts. So 22 negative 24 is going to go on the other side, so it'll be positive. So that's V1. Now that we have the V1, we can consider this loop in here, starting from this point, again negative 24, positive V1, which was 2, we figured out in the previous step, and we're going to enter the negative pole of the V2 equals 0, and that's going to give us the V2, which is going to be 22 volt, and that's our second voltage that was missing. And the last one, we can consider this loop right here. Starting from the same point, we're going to go again, we can go clockwise or counterclockwise. Same thing, plus V2, so plus V2 was 22. We're going to enter the positive terminal of V3, so plus V3, and the positive terminal of the 12 volt source equals 0. One thing that was missing in here is that we're going to get a negative sign in here, because this will be negative 22, and if it goes on the other side, we'll have a negative sign, which means we have a negative sign here as well. So V3 negative 10, going on the other side, V3 is going to be 10 volts. So that's pretty much everything for the first one. Let's move on to the next question. We need to figure out the I and VAB, which is going to be voltage between the point A and B in here, and also the I that is missing in here. So we have the direction for the current in here. So we're going to consider our loop, this one, and we're going to move in clockwise direction. Let's see what we get. So moving to our voltage source, we are entering the positive terminal, so plus 8. So we start from this point, getting on in here, negative voltage, negative 30, and we have the voltage in each of these resistors. So V is equal to R times I. We have the resistor 3 ohm, so 3 times I. And keep in mind that we're gonna consider positive because we are going with the correct direction of the current, which is in this direction that we can see. So plus 3 times I, moving to the voltage source, negative 10, again plus 5I, and yeah, getting back to our starting point equals 0. So we have negative 40 plus 8, so negative 32 plus 3 plus 5, 8, I equals 0. So our I would be 4 amps. All right, so now that we have this, we just have to find the difference between A and B. And what we're going to do is that we're going to consider the loop on the left or right side, really doesn't matter. So we're going to consider this loop, and we can start from the A point. So because we are in the direction of the current, we're going to have plus 5 times I, which we figured is 4. So that's for the resistor. We're going to get to the positive terminal of the voltage source, plus 8. And moving on in here, we're going to enter the negative terminal, negative VAB is equal to 0. So this is going to be 20, and our VAB is going to be 28 volts. And yeah, that's going to be the final answer for these questions. Hope everything was clear. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.